Welcome to Frontline Realty Podcast, from Firehouse to Open House. Today we have our wonderful team leader, Jared Lee. A little round of applause, everybody.
Just so everybody knows, that was 7 takes. Just FYI for him to say that.
7.5. It's hard to get my R's out there.
But glad to be here with you.
Well, thanks for having us.
Well, you're having me.
Well,
yeah,
that's your logo, so I just rock it. Anyway, you just got back from Atlanta.
Yes, I did. I was there for the KW Family Reunion, actually the first real estate conference I've ever been to. So,
well, you didn't invite me, so
I did actually, and you I invited every one of the team members, and nobody wanted to go.
Well, we just wanted to let you venture out on your own.
Yeah,
but sounds like you got a lot out of it. So
yeah, so I did. I brought a lot back from things just from watching the breakout sessions. You know, I think I told you about Gary Vee. He was one of the keynote speakers, his was awesome. And honestly, that's the way he spoke. I can see him coming into a firehouse speaking the same way.
Oh, yeah.
But learned a lot about, I feel like we're pretty confident in our social media. We're on a lot of different platforms. So there also are several that I wasn't aware of. So I did order his book, which I'm reading right now. So we're actually branching out on a different platform, Substack. We're going to hammer LinkedIn a little bit more. We're doing Twitter. What's the other one? Snapchat, Spotlight. We're starting to do, but just making sure we touch on all those just so we stay top of mind, but also going to be using our still images as well and posting out throughout the different times of day. But Donald Miller was the other one that I listened to, and he has a book that if you guys haven't read it yet, I don't know if you like to read. I know Dane
know
reads.
How.
Yeah, you know how to read.
Good at it.
But this one, actually, this is perfect because it uses low cognitive words, so I think that'd be right up your alley. But it's called Writing Your Own Storyboard. And the way it broke down was actually kind of interesting. So, and I noticed this with a lot of different realtors with their social media. I'm sure you will as well. As you can see when they post stuff, it's all like they're the hero of it. Like, look at when I sold this house, I did this. It's all about them. Well, essentially what you want to do, and if you watch all the different movies also as well, there's the hero in every movie is usually the second weakest character in the movies.
At a certain point, yeah.
Yeah, let's use Star Wars episode.
My favorite. Go on.
So I guess I want to be episode whatever one. Luke Skywalker, the first one. That's the fourth one, right? Episode fourth one.
Whoa, you guys are all wrong. Let's start over.
Luke Skywalker, when he first becomes, is
episode 4, but it's the first one they released. Yeah.
But I'm saying it's episode 4 is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So second weakest character in the movie. So essentially what you want to be, instead of you being the hero of your client's story, you want to be basically the Yoda or Obi-Wan. You want to be the guide.
The wise old guy.
And guiding them through the process and make them the hero of their own story. So that's one thing I learned.
On their own journey.
Yeah, and you want to use low cognitive words when you are describing stuff. Because a lot of people are like, okay, what do you do for a living? Well, I'm a realtor that helps clients purchase properties. Well, that goes in one ear and out the other. It's hard to
sounds like you memorized that.
A lot of us have. So what you want to be like is I help friends and family get into their dream home or acquire the dream properties. Very low, honestly, we're firemen, so it's like, what do we have, like eat, sleep, and fire. So
wee woo. A couple noises
eat, sleep,
in there.
Fire. So low cognitive words. So you got to kind of use that in your marketing, which we're kind of changing that with that. But also a lot of things, a few more things that I learned is I did track some things for our team, but I was tracking the wrong stuff. I was tracking end of year stuff, like how many units we had, what was our total volume. But what we're going to start tracking, and as this is recording, I'm actually building it out now, is actionable based indicators, like the 20% like Dane was talking about. So we can figure out how many phone calls you have to make to what you can, pretty much estimate how many appointments you'll be able to get from that.
Right.
So we're going to be doing that weekly, and we're going to call them team huddles now because they're easy to digest. But we're building out a team scoreboard that's going to be live on our Facebook page, where everybody can log in and see how they're doing and stuff, because you have to make kind of like a viral goal for everybody. Obviously, if I say, hey, I would love for the team to do this much, it doesn't really resonate as much to you as it would for Dane, because it's got to kind of be like, okay, what's your goal? What would
Everybody's
it
got
take?
different stuff.
Yeah, what would it take for you to get out of working your part-time jobs and just out of the fire service altogether if you wanted to do that? So we could figure out, based on your average commission, how many houses you would need to sell to make that happen, and we take that unit count and add it to the team goal of everybody else, and that's going to be our viral goal. We all help each other, hold each other accountable. So there was just a lot of cool things that I took away. I mean, everything was valuable. There wasn't anything that was kind of a waste in my mind. So another thing that was cool about the conference, when I went down there and I ran into a couple different other first responders in Ohio, they all knew who we were from our marketing. So we know
crazy.
It's working. So we do have something very unique with that. We started a first responder only networking group, 2 of them actually, which I want you to help me on as well, just kind of watch that. But that was definitely worth it. I'm definitely going to go again next year. I'd like you guys to go as well, and just so we can take different breakout sessions. But it's just I felt like for the longest time we were just spinning our wheels on stuff, and I was trying to recreate the wheel and do things specific for us. But after reading like the Keller Williams book, and then the one I just read was the Brian
the Little Red Book.
Little Red Book, yeah. Then the High Performing Real Estate Team is the one I just finished, which that's a dry read, but it was worth it. I actually told Dane what chapters just to read, so you didn't have to go through that whole thing. But that's where I came up with the ABIs and RBIs that we're going to be tracking, and then the different onboarding systems that we're going to put on for the new agents that are coming on, as far as like the scoreboard that I'm building out next week for that. Came from that book as well. The new book I'm reading by Gary Vee is all about the different type of marketing strategies that we're going to incorporate, because I mean that's one of our lead sources. That's our bread and butter. Yeah. So
we have such a unique niche to our team.
One thing I learned too, and this kind of made sense, is like it's no longer social media, it's influence media. So
everybody's an influencer now.
Yeah, but let me ask you this. So when you go to search something now, do you go to Google or do you go to ChatGPT and search it that way?
Honestly, I've been on the ChatGPT train a lot recently. I wasn't like that in the past, but it's 8 times out of 10 now. That's where I'm going.
Yeah, so they actually broke it down, which is really cool. As long as you're doing YouTube Shorts and Instagram Reels and on these other platforms, that's where ChatGPT pulls its info from.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, now you learned. Well, that's because I do it for you.
If you would have invited me, I would have found out on my own.
But I mean, you can read the book too. But that's all right. I'll just do it for you. But I
want you to read it to me.
Yeah,
like a little audio book.
So we're going to start targeting that with like the low cognitive words. So we're trying to hammer certain counties and cities in Ohio for different reasons. But Maslin being one of them. But in 5 years, that's what everybody's going to be using. They're not going to be going to Google anymore. I mean, that's like, honestly, when I go to learn something, I usually would go to YouTube and research it.
I mean, my parents, grandparents, they all use that now, and I would have never thought that would have happened.
Yeah, ChatGPT's.
My dad, except for my dad, he still does the, hey, Google, and says something to his phone, but everybody else, they're moving that direction. So.
Yeah, and that's where it's going to be pulling from. So we're just, luckily thanks to Dane, we're ahead of the curve with our video and podcast, and we're going to be right on par with that. But we're just going to kind of ramp up our social media content as well. And
I'm just glad to get on here. Nothing against Dane, but I get tired of seeing just 2 of you having conversations about everybody else without letting anyone else in on it. So
well, I mean, you came in at I know this is off topic and everything, but kind of came in at a weird time when we were kind of changing brokerages, and
that was my first team meeting. Was, hey guys, nice. I mean, I knew you guys separately, but nice to meet you in a work capacity.
Well, I guess
we don't like this, and this. We're moving. And I was like, oh boy.
And we did that with the best intention, because we just needed support and everything. And since we switched to KW, it's been a 9-day difference. So.
I don't know any different, but I don't think I want to. So
no, it was a pain and everything. But I guess as far as like as you being a newer agent and stuff, has there ever been a time where you didn't feel supported in your first couple transactions, or did you feel like we were able to support you? Because honestly, that's the main reason of a team is there's three different pillars. You should have a lead source, you should have admin support, which we have, and then you also should have accountability, which I'm building out now. So every week we're going to be checking in with everybody. But as far as that, do you feel like you have that now?
I felt like unofficially I had that prior to. I mean, not really having a full idea of what was going on, just not really being thrown to the wolves, but I had a couple transactions pretty quickly on right after getting my license, and I was signing up for .loop and all these different things and didn't know how to use them. And I think between you, Tim, and Dane, I mean, every question was answered. It was answered well. It definitely helped me out, because if I did that on my own, it would have gone a lot less smooth. So,
well, and I think that was like one of our problems is we were throwing spaghetti at the wall to see what would stick for as far as the systems. But now since we've kind of just been letting things cook, like why Lopal's starting to pan out, we're getting a lot of leads through that. We have the Jason Patton stuff is, we're waiting for the analytics on that, but that seems to be working well. Our social media is our other.
You gotta get him to come on the podcast.
Jason Patton, I wish. We're gonna go on his show though, so that's I'm
gonna win. I'm excited for that.
Yeah, no.
Slowly been practicing.
Just your gag reflex you have none.
just drinking a bunch of random stuff just in case.
That and just looking outlets. Yeah. But we have the social media stuff. We're gonna start doing open houses again, and it sounds like we're gonna start doing mailers. So we have a bunch of different lead sources that we haven't, just all working and intertwined with each other, but there's always, you're always learning. So there's always something else that somebody else is doing that I'm like, okay, that looks interesting. Maybe we should incorporate that too. But I guess the important thing is we're not going backwards anymore. We're just kind of going like that. So
taking one step at a time, but in the right direction.
So, but I guess, that was definitely beneficial, the Atlanta trip. And I would encourage everybody on the team, anytime KW has these events or any kind of these mastermind networking events, just go. I mean, you're going to learn something from somebody, and somebody's going to learn something from you, because we do stuff completely different than everybody else. And our stuff, like the social media stuff is obviously one of our biggest things that we're successful at, and a lot of people like to pick our brains on that. So
say the summer masterminds one we did last year up in Independence, that was my first.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
That was my first event. I think that was both of our first thing with Keller Williams.
Yeah, that was our very first thing. And that was
super beneficial. I learned a lot there. Forget the main speaker's name, but he did a great job. The Because I Said I Would guy with the book, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was worth it. And that comes up again in the summer mastermind. And obviously Tuesday they have a recap from I don't know if you
I saw that email. Yeah.
Are you going to it?
I can't. No, I'm on shift.
Weird, because he works the same shift as me and I'm off. So we'll fact check that one. Tuesday. Oh, yeah.
Oh no, I'm all thrown off. I work Sunday and Wednesday this next week. I was off this whole week, so
I'll ask you again. Are you going to that on Tuesday?
If you buy me lunch, yeah, I will.
Lunch is included, so
I want you to buy me a separate lunch.
Yeah,
and then I'll be there.
Well, I think this what was it, about 20 minutes there.
Well, just before we finish, I want you to personally look me in the eye and extend me an invite to Atlanta next year, just so we have it on camera.
Yeah, you're invited. You got to pay for your own.
Let's back up. I want a personal greeting card invitation right now.
I mean, I would encourage you to.
Can you say my name?
Caleb, I would encourage you to make the investment in yourself to go. I don't know if it'll be in Atlanta or not, but it was definitely a blast. I actually got our lender, Cheyenne, now has a dangerous rider strike on him from Waymo because I hit the wiper blades on the robotic car. So now he can no longer use Waymo.
Unsupervised or?
He's got a 1-star review on it with him now, so I don't think he can use Waymo anymore. So it was it was a blast in that aspect.
Can we talk about the spicy food incident? Cheyenne wanted me to bring that up on camera.
Yeah, what do you want to chat about?
On record. Okay, go ahead, drink some water.
Well, I mean, I'm sure everybody who knows me knows I have the palate of a toddler.
Yeah.
I can't take anything spicy or anything sour, and
I thought it was just spice. I didn't know it was sour.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, sour is just as bad. But Cheyenne and I were at a Mexican restaurant, and we were just talking.
Candlelit or just a normal one?
It was daytime.
Okay.
So, and we were just chatting just like this, and I took a bite out of the salsa, and it felt like I ate a candle. Like I literally licked a lighter. It was so hot, and you know, he was obviously, unlike you guys, very concerned for me.
Oh, yeah.
But
that's the first mistake he'd make.
I mean, I enjoy spicy stuff. I just can't handle it. So it's just one of those oxymorons.
Well, first of all, I'm glad you finally extended that invite to me. So I will be there next year.
Second time I extended the invite to you. It's ironic that I invite them to all these things, yet only one person shows up, and it's usually Dane. So
it wasn't a group chat.
Yeah, it was.
Oh.
It wasn't a group
There's
chat.
too many group chats, too many things
There's
going on.
just one group chat. There's just one.
I like the simplicity of one group chat.
Yeah, well, there's always been one, but
all right. Well, next year I'll be there. Sounds like you got a lot out of it. Sounds like it was a good time.
Yeah, no, in all seriousness, it was definitely worth it. You know, I like to see how there's mirror our stuff off of other successful teams, see what they're doing different. And the cool thing was, everybody was an open book. They're like, oh yeah, this is how we, you know, this is how we do it. We can do it this way. I mean, same thing with Kobe's going to be coming and chatting with us about how to
I'm
do
excited for that. I'm really
rentals,
excited
and
for that.
you know, he's just going to take time out of his day and for flips and stuff. So that's going to be another huge one for us as well.
Yeah. Where's he from?
I don't know, honestly, somewhere up north.
Sounds like your new best friend. You keep talking about him, so.
I mentioned him once, actually. So
okay, well,
yeah, and you were like, it'd be nice if I could get that invite, and we'll set something up. So
it's a common theme.
Yeah,
we're seeing here.
Well, I mean, this is honestly, how many episodes are we in? And this is your first one that you finally attended, but we invited you to all of them. So
that I will say is the one thing you've consistently invited me to. I wanted the internet to get used to you and Dane before we really had someone else step in and kind of take over the show.
Well, after we built up the following, and now you want to reap the benefits.
It hasn't been worth it for me to show up yet. So
Finally off the ground. He's like, all right, now I'll come.
Once we hit the ground running, I'll show up.
Well, I think we'll kind of cut it at that, and
okay.
Yeah, keep these episodes short so we're not, you know, over 30 minutes. But thank you, Bauer, for doing another episode with us. I'm sure we'll have you on here a lot more. Obviously, he was supposed to wear his uniform, but he forgot again. So
I just think I look better in a cardigan.
So, all right. Well, that'll conclude it for this one.